Why you can't predict the future. Understanding time and its impact on your life. Have you ever wondered why we can't predict the future? Why we feel lost or anxious when we think about what's to come? The reason lies in the nature of time itself, and how our minds are trapped by its linear progression. Understanding this can not only ease your anxiety about the future, but also empower you to take charge of your life in the present moment. Let's dive into why the future is so elusive and how to release yourself from its grip. The illusion of linear time. Most of us believe that the future is just an extension of the present, like a straight line stretching from where we are now into what's to come. We rely on this idea to plan, to prepare, and sometimes to worry. But here's the truth. Time does not move in a straight line. It is not an unchangeable path where each moment is determined by the one before it. Time, in its truest form, is more fluid. Our perception of it is shaped by our consciousness, and when we shift our awareness, we shift the timeline we experience. This concept is hard to grasp, but it's essential to understand if we want to free ourselves from the anxiety that comes with trying to predict the future. Why the future is unpredictable. The key to understanding this is realizing that the future doesn't unfold according to a rigid schedule based on the past. Instead, your future is influenced by the choices you make today and the energy you put into the present. This is where your higher self comes in. Your higher self, or the deeper part of your consciousness, sees all the possible paths you can take. But here's the catch. Your higher self doesn't want to give you a peek into the future. It understands that revealing too much about what's ahead can trap you in a fixed mindset, tethering you to a future that hasn't yet happened. By keeping the future uncertain, your higher self ensures that you stay open to change, growth, and the countless possibilities available to you. The future is not a set destination. It's a journey that depends on where you decide to go next. The trap of anxiety about the future. When we think about the future, we often feel anxiety. It's a common reaction, but it's also a product of our attachment to the idea of time as a rigid, linear sequence. We fear that the future will bring us things we don't want, or that we won't be prepared for what's coming. However, this fear is often rooted in the illusion of time as a fixed concept. The reality is we are not bound by a straight timeline, and our actions today can dramatically alter the future. When you allow yourself to believe that the future is an unchangeable, predetermined sequence, you limit your ability to change direction. But once you realize that time is not fixed and the future is a series of possibilities, you begin to let go of your anxiety. Instead of feeling helpless about what's to come, you realize you have the power to influence the future by the choices you make in the present moment. Embracing the present. The key to releasing anxiety about the future is embracing the present moment. By fully inhabiting the now, you free yourself from the constraints of time. When you stop trying to predict what will happen and start focusing on what you can do right now, you open up a world of opportunities. So, the next time you find yourself anxious about the future, remember, the future is not something to fear, but something to create. And it starts with the choices you make today. You are not bound by time. You are the creator of your path, and the future is yours to shape. Take a deep breath. Ground yourself in the present and watch how the future unfolds in ways you never imagined. Conclusion. The future is not something that happens to you. It's something you create through your choices, mindset, and energy. Time is not a straight line, but a fluid, ever-changing experience. Once you understand this, you'll stop worrying about the unknown and start embracing the power of the present moment. The future is in your hands. The next time you feel anxious or uncertain about what's ahead, remember, you don't need to predict the future. You just need to live fully in the now, and everything will fall into place.